Hey, what's up, everyone? I want to say right off the bat that I'm still very sick and I have subdued my coughing, so to speak, for a few moments, and I decided to go ahead and make a video while I have the opportunity. Alright, so if you've been following anything that's going on, you'll know drones, mysterious drones, are all in the news. I, for one, don't think that they are all just drones. Um, I figured this was the next step in the situations that we see taking place. After they stated that December 3rd was going to be, what was it, National this Alien Invasion Day worldwide or whatever. Well, there's now, since then, now this has been going on actually for about 18, 19 days, maybe longer. But I'm reading reports all on the internet, people saying, hey, this is not just one place. This is all over England. This is in various places of the continent of Europe. They're seeing them in Australia. They're seeing them all over the United States, Canada, Mexico. They're being seen in so many places that it can no longer be silenced. And yes, there's a lot of speculation as to what they are. I'm looking at this one news article, from Google. It says the FBI is investigating the mysterious drones that are filling the night sky. And they call it out of New Jersey, but what about the rest of the places? It's in New York City. It's in California. It's in, like I stated a moment ago, it's in South America. It's in Mexico. It's in Canada. They are being spotted in the United Kingdom. But here's the thing about it. They're not just being spotted in one place. They're being spotted all over the sky, sometimes 7 of them at a time, sometimes dozens at a time. And they keep circling for hours and no one knows where they're landing. Come on. Come on. Just be real. Just literally just be real for a moment. Just think about that. Oh, they're circling everywhere. They can find us, ping our devices, and find where we're at immediately, but they can't figure out where these mysterious objects are. And according to one of the individuals who were investigating into this, he spoke with News Nation and Fox News about it, and he stated that the reports that were coming in were actually more along the lines of UAP, mysterious aerial phenomena, or mysterious or UAPs, or unidentified aerial phenomena, unidentified anomalous phenomena. There's 2 different terms for it. Some of these look like planes. You'll see that right there. To me, that looks like a plane. And when you're seeing them blink every second or so, aircraft blink every so often. Aircrafts, they blink. But there's something going on when you see, I see this every day. I saw one last night, an orange light in the sky that looked more like, I'm going to see if I can find anything that remotely even resembles it. Right there, for example, except it was more just a single orange object. Now, Mama and I were outside, and we were at the truck, and I was about to go in the house, and I was going to help her into the house. And I said, look over there in the northeastern portion of the sky. And there was this object, an orange object, moving through the sky. So I go on to flightradar24.com. I'll show you. Okay, here it is. The H-25B airplane. Now this is from British Aerospace. That's what was flying over our area of northern Middle Tennessee last night. And it had no to and no from location. And I looked, it looked like just a bright orange light. But this is the type of plane that it claimed was flying by our property. So, what was it for real? I don't know. It did not have any flight locations as far as its to and from, as far as the departure and destination. There was no information on there. Anyone can go to flightradar24.com and you can see what's flying over your area, and it'll tell where going to and from, and you can see all the planes flying over your area at any given moment. Like, let's select this one right here. This is a commercial airliner, and American Airlines, and it usually tells where they're from, going to, and from. Right there, from Charlotte to Nashville. It tells their scheduled departure time and estimated arrival time. You can also follow the track of the plane. There is another one right here, and this one is a Max Air NTW-14. It came from Orlando and it's going to St. Paul. And you can track everywhere it's been, the turns that it's made, all of that stuff. And when I went to select that one last night, there was no location. There was no to, there was no from. There were no departure location. There was no departure and no destination location. See, look, here's another one just now that I'm viewing. It says not available, PC-12. That's the plane right there, and it will not show its track history. Could be military, I don't know, but it says not available and not available. The to and from are not available. Usually tells how many knots and everything. It usually tells all of that. It says Pilatus PC-12/47. Aircraft type PC-12. Registration not available. Country of excuse me. Country not available. Serial number and age not available. It shows its altitude 19,125 feet. And the track 244 degrees. Ground speed 255 knots. The rest of the information not available. But as you can see the various information here. Latitude, longitude, everything. But this plane here is not showing a location history. And last night there was one that I just showed, but it looked like a drone. But it looked more like a UFO, really. It looked more like a UFO. And this one is really, it's really trucking, so to speak. Look how fast this one's moving. Look at that. Anyway, there's a lot of stuff going on, and we have a lot of research to do. We really have a lot. We have a lot to watch for, because things are getting crazy, as we knew they would. But I don't buy into the hysteria, because I think that's part of what they want. They want people to panic. They could tell us. I've been seeing these things for years. The things I have seen would literally blow people's minds. I mean, I wish I could convey to you what I've seen. And I mean, they're just an average day for me. And there was another person on YouTube who was saying, this is not just a one-state thing or a one-country thing. This is a global phenomenon, and many people are witnessing it, and they're not telling the broad spectrum of this. They are not conveying how massive this really is. Is this part of a coming... I don't want to get into the... I don't really want to get into the specifics. I don't want to get into a... what many will call a conspiracy, because I hate that term. The CT, the theory thing, I hate that. I don't like that term, because it only takes like days, weeks to months before it becomes a well-known fact. But is this part of a coming deception, an agenda, or a situation where they're going to try to instill fear into people? Or is it just part of a large military maneuver? Because a lot of these objects are being spotted around military bases. They'll be there, or sometimes in, but it's also being spotted in rural and, I mean, it's being spotted in cities. It's being spotted in countrysides. They're being spotted everywhere. They're calling them drones, but according to some of the pilots and according to some of the reports, it's more of a UAP UFO situation. They're more of, they seem to change shape, but they've gotten people so numb to this stuff to the point where it's like, okay, another day, just another day in the land of Oz, just another day in Bizarro World, or it's just another day in the world in which we live. They've gotten people so used to everything happening the way it is, but all the craziness that's taking place. But what is really going on? What do you think? All of these sightings, they can't be ignored. I've seen them. I've been seeing them for many years now, and that right there looks like a plane to me. Some people say it was changing shape. Some people say they're the size of a large car, and they're hovering right outside their window. Some people are talking about them circling over their properties for hours on end, and dozens of them going for 3 hours at a time, just flying around for 3 hours at a time, and no one says anything about it. They said, "Oh, you call the local police," and they said the police say, "Report it to the FBI." So it's reported to the FBI. The FBI is like, "Oh, report it to the CIA." Oh, then they say, "Well, report it to higher authorities," and then so they report it to the higher authorities, and they say, "Well, it's the Department of Homeland Security and Defense needs to take care of this." Oh, and then they said, "Oh, okay, now we need to have the citizens we've got to report this stuff. If you see something, say something." And then they start putting it in the hands of the governments and the governors and the mayors and governors, and it's like, okay, this is getting just to be a runaround. And that's from what I'm hearing. They're just telling people just to oh, it's just another one of those situations. But they won't say. They said, "Oh, well, it's not another country and it's not ours," but they're flying near military bases, they're appearing near military bases. They're obviously not doing maneuvers like the UFOs. They're obviously not doing maneuvers that are unheard of or impossible, which either, to me, since they're not making a big security deal about this, I mean, we are so close, we've been so close to WW3 at this point that this should be something more, concerning than what it is, but I'm not worried about anything. I'm not going to worry about anything. It doesn't worry me. It just makes me think, like, I don't know, like they're every time something like this comes up, I'm like, yep, all right, here we go again. They've got something else up their sleeve. So it's there's something going on. And when you are given the runaround saying this organization needs to report it to this organization, oh, you call this organization, they say report it to this one, and so on and so forth, there's something either sinister or they already know what's going on and they're not reporting it. They're not going to say. Because it's being seen around the upcoming Prez, it's being seen around his places of residence and his golf courses. It's being seen around, which can be taken as a security threat. I mean, is it something to do with Elon's technology? Is it something to do with government technology? Is it something from inside this world that's been here for longer than any of us can ever even fathom? Because many of these objects that are, and I don't, these don't, some of these seem like UAPs and UFOs, and some do not. But some are saying things like I speculate that these things have, that the actual UFOs, these things have been here for, and coming from inside the earth, longer than we can imagine. The Lord only knows. I don't know. But I know that there's something very big going on, and they're being spotted worldwide, especially around military bases and around places that are supposed to be of top security. They're being spotted watching people and being spotted kind of spying, seemingly, around homes and businesses, and it's kind of creepy, but at the same time, I've witnessed this stuff my whole life. It's not like, every time I would go outside, I witnessed these things, so this is not odd for me. It's just another day in the neighborhood for me. but they act like it's just going on in New Jersey or New York, but it's not. It's going on globally, worldwide. And yeah, is it part of the plan or what? What's going on? What do you think? I think some of them are planes, some of them are drones, and I think some of them are. I think they likely know what's going on, and they're not telling us, because a lot of them are around nuclear bases, and a lot of them are around top secure military places. Something's not going to fly around for hours on end, and then you not be able to trace it. They can ping our phones, they can ping small drones, they can ping the location and find exactly where something is, strike it instantly. So I know good and well they know exactly where these are coming from or where they're landing, unless it's beyond their capabilities, or they're afraid to, or they know what's going on and they're not telling us, so they're just going to let it go. And since they're in charge of it, they're not making a big deal out of it. All right, so let me know, what do you all think about this? I've rambled enough about it, so give your thoughts. I've got another video coming up next that I'm going to try to make as quickly as I possibly can. Signing out. Show support if you can.